I am back with another Walking Dead video predictions. And I will give my predictions and my speculations for episode 8 of The Walking Dead, titled Made to Suffer. Now, let's talk about the governor's group first. This is what I want to do. I want to discuss his group first. Because everybody has this idea that, oh, Rick can't mess with the governor's group. His group is just too big. So let me talk about this and let me give you my thoughts on this. Now, we have Rick Group, who's currently in Woodbury, but the governor does not know this. He thinks they're coming, but he does not know they're at Woodbury right now as we speak in the next episode. We have Rick. There's nothing that need to be said about Rick. Rick already have this packed down. We have Michonne, who's very good at hunting, who's a very good observing character. She watches her surroundings and make sure that she know who she's actually being around, meaning the governor, because she did find out about him, so she's a very observing character. Now, we have Daryl, who's the same as Michonne. Daryl is an excellent hunter, observing. He's not stupid. And he also has this ability to sense or to hear sounds that other people can't hear. And this comes from him hunting and stuff. So he's able to hear a walker from a good distance away from him. So now we have Oscar. Now Oscar, I really can't say too much about him because he's kind of new to the gang. Because at first he really didn't even know about walkers. And at one point he didn't even know how to kill a walker. He was like stabbing the walker like he was in a prison riot. So not too much I can say about him in terms of his experiences when it comes to battling. But I definitely will say he's not a killer walker now. That's about the only thing he know how to do. But I'm pretty sure he not shoot a gun. It's simple to shoot a gun. But so there we have them for Rick Group. And to me, that group right there is just perfect, especially Michonne and Daryl. That's like a perfect dynamic duo right there. Michonne and Daryl alone, them two alone, and also including Rick. But now we have the governor men, and actually he only have 5 men that's good. Do you guys think everybody in Woodbury is good in terms when it comes to battling? No. Most of those people in Woodbury are just there because, one, they scared to leave Woodbury because they already know as soon as they get out there where the walkers at, they don't stand no chance of surviving. Everybody in Woodbury is not a warrior. Especially, I'm gonna use Michonne words. They are not soldiers as they think they are. Everybody's not a soldier. Perfect example. Look at the girl in the previous episode we seen, not the previous previews, but I think episode 6. She claimed she can shoot a bow and arrow, but she couldn't even hit a walker that was right there in her face. So what that tells you, everybody in Woodbury is not prepared for this attack. And even if they was prepared, they're still not capable of doing it like talking about it because that's something they're not used to doing. And let me say this too. If you look at the walls of Woodbury, it's only made basically it's only made for walkers. A human could easily get in Woodbury. Could easily. Walkers are dumb. That's the only reason they can't get into it. And they also easy to kill. That's the reason why the governor have simple people guarding the gates. That's how. But I bet you those simple people he have can't mess with Rick them because they're human. They're living human beings. It's a difference between a living human and a zombie. A zombie is dumb. And a human is capable of a lot of things. Let's talk about his 5 men. The man who's actually good, who he actually brings with him. We have Crowley. We have Bowman. Now, let me do a race so you can understand. We have Crowley. He's the white male, the white man. We have Bowman. We have now Bowman is the black African American guy with the that uses the bow and arrows and very good at it too. That's why they call him Bowman, as I stated before. We have Tim. Now Tim is the Asian kid, the very young one. And we also have Merle. Now Merle, everybody know who Merle is. And we also have Martinez. Now Martinez is the guy who hit the walker with the baseball bat, and he also was the guy who had fought Merle in that zombie fight that they had in I think episode 5, episode 6, one of them. And Martinez is basically the Hispanic guy that always wear the snapback or the cap with the snap thing on the top of it. Them the only 5 men that he has that has the experience for this type of stuff that's about to happen. But here goes the thing though, and check what I'm about to say. Out of all those 5 men, 2 are dead. Tim, matter of fact, Crowley is dead. Crowley just got killed by Michonne, if you don't remember. Michonne chops off, or well, she decapitates Crowley's head with one swing of her katana blade when Merle was hunting her down. Next, we have Tim, who is the Asian kid. Michonne stabs Tim in his stomach and uses his body as a shield when Merle starts shooting at him. So that's 2 dead people already. Out of 5 people, they dead. So the governor basically has 3 men left, including himself. So that make it 4. Now, out of the 3 men that he actually does have left, that have the experience with this type of stuff, it's only one that's really valuable to him, and that's Merle. So what they tell you, he don't have that many men left. In Gargiulio was a nobody. He was so scared of Michonne. Merle had to tell him on multiple occasions, don't piss your pants. She's a hunt. No, he tells her here. Matter of fact, Gargiulio's experience was so bad out there in the real world, he almost got killed by Michonne. Merle the one had to protect him, even though he still ends up dying because Merle shoots him in the head. But the governor don't have that many men as you think, and he does, but most of them don't even have the experience, like the 5 I just named. Now, let's talk about the next scene. Michonne finds the governor's daughter. Speculations, Michonne is going to kill that girl, because Michonne was about to find that girl in the in one of these previous episodes that just aired. Because remember when Michonne had broke into the governor's apartment, she seen something hitting the door, and she took a knife and she was about to open it up, but then the governor and Milton and Merle comes into the room, and basically she couldn't do it. But Michonne was about to find that little girl then in that closet. But now, Michonne does find this little girl, and the little girl name is Penny. And as you know, that's the governor's daughter, and she is a walker. Michonne is going to kill that little girl. I'm telling you, she's going to kill that little girl. But here goes the thing. Here goes the thing. I'm telling you right now, the governor is going to find that little girl dead. Oh, I can tell you, he's going to be very heated. This might change his character. I'm not saying it will, but it's possible. It's chances that he could just go to this dark governor. Well, he could go to this dark side, with this dark governor that we see in the comic books. Because think about it. Even though this girl is dead and she's a zombie, she's not human anymore, he still cares about her. I mean, he was combing her head. So he still care about it. It's still his daughter. But Michonne, my speculation is Michonne is going to kill a little girl, and the governor is going to get very, very heated. I'm talking about, man, he's going to be upset. And let me say this too. I think Michonne and the governor will have conflict in this episode. They will meet again. I see this happening. Next, Merle meets up with Daryl again. Here goes the thing about this. Let me give you some speculation, my thoughts about this, on my predictions. We hear Daryl tell Rick, but that's my brother. And Rick tells him, but I need you right now. Here goes the thing with Merle and Daryl's relationship. The only thing that's keeping them tied together is because of the fact is that they are brothers and they share the same blood. But when it comes to actual relationship between them two, there is no relationship. Daryl has said this on multiple occasions. Merle was never there for him. Matter of fact, season 2, I think it's episode. I can't remember exactly the number, but I think the episode name is Chubla Cobbler. You would see Daryl basically or goes into an illusion or he I think he hallucinates. Yeah, he hallucinates about seeing Merle, and you can see how Merle is talking to him, and he tells Merle, "You was never there for me anyway." And another thing, he was talking to Andrea in season 2, and he says, because at this point they were still searching for Sophia. This was the Sophia story plot that was going on, and he tells Andrea, didn't nobody come looking? I wish somebody would have came looking for me when I was this young, because he had got lost too. And he tells Andrea that I was lost in the wood for 9 days. He said I survived off of berries, and I wiped my ass with poison ivy, meaning poison ivy leaves. And he said when I finally found my way home, I went in the house and made myself a sandwich. But here's the thing. He tells Andrea that Merle wasn't around. Merle was mostly in juvie. And as I said before about his father was a drunk. His father was never around. And as he stated about his mother died. She ends up smoking a pack of cigarettes, and ends up. I'm assuming that she dropped the cigarette while I was still lit in her bed, and the bed caught on fire and it burnt her completely until there was nothing left of her. So so overall, Daryl did not have no family support, and Rick them is the closest he got in terms of that. Rick them actually likes Daryl. They actually love him. Daryl actually loves Rick them. That's like his family now. And the only thing that's keeping him and Merle together is because of the fact that they're brothers. There's no relationship between the two. If they wasn't brothers, Daryl wouldn't be there for Merle. And then when Merle was around Daryl, he was trying to teach Daryl his beliefs in the way he viewed the world, being racist and all of it. And Merle did say that Daryl was always the sweet one. Daryl wasn't with all this stuff what Merle was with. Matter of fact, the bike that Daryl drive is for Merle. Merle was a drug dealer, and I stated this before. It is evidence that he was, because Daryl tells Dale in season 2, "Keep your dirty rags off my brother's bike," because at this point T-Dog had cut his hand on the door and he had caught an infection. And Daryl goes into Merle's stash and pull out a whole thing of drugs. He had Oxycontin, he had crystal meth, and that right there proves that I was right about the logic of him being on drugs when he was on top of that roof in Atlanta City when he beat up T-Dog and Rick. That right there proves it. He was a drug dealer, and he also was using the drugs. And also I did see a zombie gladiator fight in this episode. I'm going to touch on that in a few minutes. But you also got to look at the fact. Merle is digging his own grave because, as I just stated before, the governor and Michonne will meet up again. So the governor is going to know that Merle was lying, because he told the governor that he killed Michonne. And the governor asked him about her head and her katana blade. He said he couldn't get it because it had too many walkers and he got outnumbered, so he had to retreat. So the governor's going to find out that he's lying already, because Michonne is coming to Woodbury. He's going to see Michonne. I know for a fact he's going to see Michonne. They're probably going to have a fight or something. Also, he asks Merle Blood is blood, but that makes me wonder. That makes me wonder. Where do where do your loyalty lies? And Merle tells him, with you. The governor know Merle is lying, and I'm telling you, he's gonna if this plays out the way I think it is, Merle is going to choose Daryl over the governor. But here goes the thing: a lot of people thinking, well, maybe, if he does this, the governor is going to kill Merle. That's not the case, because Merle is a very valuable asset to the governor. The governor already said this in the previous episodes. He told Merle, if you leave, this whole town will fall apart without you. Because that's when Merle was talking about he was gonna go look for Daryl. Now let's talk about these zombie fights. Now, why would you have a zombie gladiator fight when Woodbury is about to get attacked by Rick? Here goes the thing. This fight is going to happen after Rick them attacked Woodbury. Speculations. Merle will be in this fight, because remember from the first battle, they said that Merle was undefeated in the zombie gladiator fights. They already said that Merle was undefeated, and you can see how the crowd loved Merle. They were just screaming, Merle, Merle. They actually love Merle, and as I just stated, he's undefeated. So if Merle wasn't in a fight, would nobody show up that was in Woodbury? So I think Merle's going to live, but I also think that he's going to be in the zombie battle. But who is he exactly fighting? Because the governor is going to find out that he lied about Michonne, and as I just stated, he's going to pick Daryl over the governor. But who is he going to fight? And I seen pictures of Daryl sitting in Woodbury. So who is he going to fight? I really don't know. Who is he going to fight? Because I tell you what, the governor will consider him as a traitor. And remember, and if I'm right about Michonne killing his daughter Penny, if I'm right about Michonne killing his daughter Penny, that right there is Merle's fault for not killing her and letting her escape and lying to him. So Merle has a lot on him. Next, who would Andrea choose? I definitely see Andrea choosing Rick them, because at one point she says, I see them, but she don't know it's Rick them, because remember, Rick them do throw out some smoke grenades smoke grenades. So I don't think she get to see them. And you also got to remember that the governor is real kind of scary about telling her about that Glenn and Maggie stuff. Because at one point he was shocked when Andrea came back to his apartment. He said, "You back?" And I was like, "Why is he so shocked that she's back?" And so speculations hit then. He actually cares about Andrea. He don't want her leaving, but yet he's scared to tell her about Maggie and Glenn, and basically that he kept them hostage, and he's scared that Andrea might change her mind and roll with them, because I mean, let's be real. In reality, she is more closer to them. So he's scared about Andrea leaving. He has feelings for her. Now, next, Oscar. I definitely see Oscar dying, because this is a war. A lot of people is going to die. I'm not going to say the main cast is going to die, but it's going to be some random people that we don't. Well, some random people that we don't know that's going to die. I guarantee you that. And I definitely see Oscar dying, and as I stated before, Tyrese coming in. For some reason, they can't seem to keep two black males in Rick group, as somebody in the comment section stated. Glenn and Maggie, I really can't speak on that. I definitely see Rick them escaping, because I don't see why they will let Rick them come there and do all that stuff and not let Rick them get Glenn and Maggie. And also, I definitely see Rick seeing Merle again this episode. Carl in the prison. I can't really speak on Carl in the prison, but I definitely see the governor's men coming up. It's like I say, he only have like 3 men now, including himself, to make it 4. So I don't see where that's going to go. but I definitely see something a major event happening in the prison thing. So yeah, this was my speculation videos or my predictions for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Damn, it's like 20 minutes. Damn, I really went in. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace.